had an impact on you at a sort of a crucial moment. Tell the audience about that, how it impacted you.
Man, I don't even know the word. Impact's not even a powerful enough word for that. I joined the Army when I was 21. I got deployed when I was 22. 4 months into that deployment, vehicle in front of me and the vehicle that I was in, we both ran over an IED, which at the time I was told was approximately 500 pounds. And then, basically I finished, I did physical speech, memory, and physical therapy for 2 years at Walmack Army Medical Center in their traumatic brain injury pipeline. And I think because you have computer access and stuff over there a little bit, so I would see clips of Duck Dynasty because it just came out, like I think the spring of 2012.
That's right.
And so I kept seeing it and stuff. But then when I started my physical therapy, my physical therapist's name was Sheila, and she was all about Duck Dynasty. And so one morning we were doing some walking stuff, and I looked up, it was on the TV, and I just sitting there was watching it, and it was funny. There's no cussing. People are talking about Jesus on a public, massive platform, which is like...
Back then, nobody's doing that.
Nobody's doing that. And then at the end, when you guys are sitting around the table, and I hear Phil pray, man, it was like, as a kid, as a 22-year-old kid who is now having to restart things.
Yeah.
It's because, it's natural to be upset, right? When you grow up as a kid in church, Southern Baptist. And, my dad always pushed us to go to church, took us to church camp. And it's almost like, man, how you let this happen to me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm 22. I'm just going over here trying to serve my country. But I mean, ultimately, I was grateful. I lost 6 friends on that deployment.
Wow.
At least I was able to come home.
Yeah.
And so every day I did speech, memory, and physical therapy 4 days a week, 3 times a day. It was a long road. And every time I was there, it was Duck Dynasty, whether it was the same episode playing over and over. But, I kept hearing no cussing, no praying, men talking about Jesus.
Yeah, right.
And to be honest with you, we watched that for 2 years. And that really brought me back down and evoked my curiosity. We started going to church and things like that. And it really grounded me. And then when I became a law enforcement officer, it was, people don't call 911 when they're having the greatest day of their life.
That's right.
They call 911 when they're in their worst moment of their life.
Exactly.
So, I became a police officer in 2014. I medically retired at the beginning of 2021. But, my first call ever, day one, I was a rookie. Mother's child, she called in a missing kid. Couldn't find her kid. Kid didn't go to school. She didn't check the basement. She knew, I think. So we walked down in the basement. Day one, kid had hung himself with an extension cord. And I had to be the one as a rookie to go tell the mom this happened. So, and then it was just like things Fayetteville, North Carolina is an extremely dangerous, high gang riddled, off I-95.
Yeah.
Drug trafficking, human trafficking, gangs, cartel, so it was every day. It was like, it was dead people and violence and stabbings and just evil. And that really makes you, if you're not truly understanding who Jesus is and God, it's really hard to stay on path. Yeah. So what all war fighters do, which I've been preaching like crazy not to do, is you start drinking.
Yeah.
Now that's why I tell people all the time, we drink to run from something. I really think that we could stop suicide if you put the bottle down and pick the book up.
Yeah.
When you pick the bottle up, you're running from something. When you pick the Bible up, you're running to something.
Yeah, right.
And that's Jesus.
That's right. Yeah.
And I wish I'd have had that in my law enforcement career. But I'll tell you something that I did have, and the reason why I'm sitting here is I had you guys on TV.
It's okay.
I had you guys during some of the most crucial time of my life in those 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was drinking. Yeah, I wasn't acting right, but you guys still kept me somewhat grounded, still kept me somewhat curious. You still evoked in my curiosity. You still made me want to be like you.
Yeah.
The world was beating me down.
Yeah.
The devil was beating me down, forcing me to achieve those goals.
Right.
But man, I still maintained curiosity. I still went to church when I could. I just wasn't walking the right way.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure that out. But Duck Dynasty just, I don't know if I would be here
Yeah.
if I wasn't constantly reminded of Jesus.
Yeah.
The prayers at the end of the shows and how you guys just talk about God and who you are as men, bold in your faith. Man, it just does something to somebody. And I know I'm not the only one out there that has been through this, so and has felt this way. But you know, my time as a police officer had to go away. My mental health was